I got over 14 million views on this Instagram reel here. I got 7 million on each of these, and I got 4 million on this one here. And all of this was partially due to my hashtag strategy. And so today I'm going to show you the best hashtag strategy to use for your Instagram reels to maximize your amount of views, reach, follower growth, and income. Let's not waste any time and get right into it. I'm going to be walking you through, number one, how many hashtags to use specifically for Instagram Reels. I'm going to be walking you through what hashtags you should be using. I'm going to show you how to find these hashtags. I'm then going to give you a tip that you can use to improve the performance of your hashtags as well as organic growth in general. And then finally, I'm going to finish things off with a secret wee tip you can use to improve the results of your hashtags regardless of what hashtags you use. So if that sounds interesting, stick along for the video. So number one, how many hashtags you should be using on Instagram Reels specifically. Now, there's a lot of debate around this. Some people say use 3 or 4, some people say use 8 to 12, some people say use the full 30. Now, when it comes down to Instagram Reels specifically, and I have a bit of a different view of this for Instagram feed posts, but Instagram Reels specifically, I believe, and based on the results that we've seen with myself and clients and other accounts, is anywhere between 10 and 30 hashtags that are targeted to your content, the right size, so not too big, not too small, and just fit your brand. If there are 10 hashtags that fit these requirements, use 10 hashtags. If there are 15, use 15. If there are 30, use 30. But don't loosen the requirements to make sure that you can get 30 hashtags in if there's only 15 that are relevant. Because 15 great hashtags will perform better than 15 great hashtags plus 15 average ones that aren't really relevant. If you have 30 great ones, awesome. We tend to do that on our account because we've found 30 ones that perform well for us. But that doesn't mean you have to if there's only 15 relevant ones. I think I've reiterated that point enough times. Let's keep going. So now that you know how many hashtags you use, what sort of ones do you want to use? What hashtags should you be including? Well, you pretty much want to look at two things. One, does this hashtag represent my specific content that I'm posting here? So does it represent this reel that I'm posting? And number two, does it represent my account in general? Because sometimes you might have a piece of content about something specific. So let's take a golfer who's posting golf tutorials. Their account is all about golf and improving golf. And then they might have a singular reel, which is about how to stop hitting it to the right or how to stop hitting a slice or something along those lines there. They might have a handful of hashtags that are relevant to golf and their account in general, as well as a handful on how to fix a slice or how to stop hitting it right. Or maybe they post a piece of content about how to hit it further. So they have specific ones for that post about how to hit it further. But the key really is to make sure they are relevant to your account and your content. Because if they're not, you're just confusing Instagram. If you use hashtags that are not relevant, Instagram is just going to get confused on who to show your content to. And when they're confused, they generally just don't show it to anyone. Because if Instagram don't know how to categorize your content, rather than risking pushing this content to someone who may not be interested, they will instead just push someone else's content to that person and not take the risk with yours, because it might be a good piece of content, it might be bad, it might be something they are interested in, it might not, they're not sure. So you want to make sure that they're highly relevant to what you're posting. And moving on to step 3, now that you know how many hashtags to use and what kind of hashtags you want to be using, it's important to go out and actually find them. Now, to do so, for the past few years, I've used a tool called Flick, and I will leave an affiliate link if you want to get a free trial of this down below, but let's jump into my computer and I'll show you how to use it. So diving into my screen, you can see it's a really nice clean layout, and what you want to do is connect your Instagram account so you can activate what's called smart filters. And what that automatically does is it removes the hashtags that are too big and too competitive for you to rank on based on your engagement, and it removes the ones that are so small that you won't get any results on it. Because there's no point in you using a hashtag like, you know, hashtag business or hashtag motivation if it is massively competitive and you've got no chance of actually ranking on there, because you would be competing against like Ronaldo, who is the most followed person on the planet, who I believe would probably use that hashtag at some point. And so this tool automatically creates smart filters based on your engagement, so you can just tap that button and instantly it'll work out a range for you. So I'm going to put in a keyword here of motivation. Now I personally prefer the table view, and you can see at the top it's automatically applied the smart filters of using total posts 5k to 851k and average likes of 0 to 740 to rank on here. So we can tell by this point that it's something that I have got the potential of being able to rank on and actually grow from. And then all you would go through is select relevant hashtags. Now I'm actually going to do the research for my larger account, Millionaire Dream. And so instead, I'm going to create my own filters, which is another feature that you can do once you've got a bit more experience with hashtags. And I'm going to sort the average likes by minimum 1,000 to 10,000, because on my account, Millionaire Dream, we get about 6,000 or so likes per photo. So I'm going to give it that range there. And I'm just going to say anything with more than 50,000 posts. And that gives me a nice range. So you can do this on your own, by the way. So hashtag motivation, average like 643, total posts 290 million, which is a lot. The other thing I'll do actually is sort based on potential reach. So we get the hashtags we can get the most reach from. So select daily motivation, success quotes, ambition, success, successful, motivational, business, success and mindset. See, all of these are relevant to my content and relevant to what my account is all about. Mindset matters, hustle, go get it. I don't know if I like that one or not. Motivation quote, wealth, success. Actually, I don't post a whole lot about wealth. I'll leave that one out. Motivation, successful business, successful people, success motivation, think big, motivational pick, success goals, and that's 20 hashtags. Now what you can then do is search another keyword if you want that is relevant to your niche, and it'll give you another list of hashtags to look at, and some of these are already selected, and it's already selected to the highest potential reach. So we're going to I don't post fit inspiration, so I'm not going to select it because it's not relevant to my content. Inspirational, not really a success coach. Mindset is everything, growth mindset, entrepreneur. I don't really post entrepreneur life on there. Inspiration daily, inspiration. And that's given me 25 hashtags, and I think that's enough targeted hashtags relevant to my niche. I'm then going to click here. I'm going to go audit selection. This is going to make sure that none of these hashtags are banned. And the reason for that is sometimes hashtags can be banned or flagged, and if you use them, your posts won't get any reach, which is not good. Now, the other thing that this will do is show you if hashtags are too large. Now, the reason they're considering it's too large is because I've got my other account, which has only got 10,000 followers connected. If I were to connect my account with 670 something thousand, this would be fine. So no need to worry about that. I can then copy those to clipboard, and next time I go to post a reel, I can use those hashtags. And because these hashtags relate to all of my content, I can pretty much just use those for all of my posts. So we've now gone over how many hashtags to use, what those hashtags should be, as well as how to find them and organize them using Flick. Now what I want to do is give you 2 additional tips, which is going to be step 4 and 5, which is going to help you increase the amount of reach you get from these hashtags. So if you go out and follow these 3 tips, you will get improved results, most likely from what you're doing already. However, these 2 tips will help you use those same hashtags to get additional reach. And before we get into those, I just want to quickly plug my completely free Instagram course, which you can get in the top link of this description. There's a link to my ebook, which you can go ahead and get and download and join my email list. You can also get free access to my course using Skillshare. We get a full 3-month trial. So go grab that, and let's continue with the video. So step number 4 is to make sure that you're posting all of your content in the same one niche, serving the same one person. Now, the reason for this is it'll give you a lot more engagement, and it'll allow the Instagram algorithm to better understand your content once again. For the same reason that you don't want to have targeted hashtags and untargeted hashtags because you're going to confuse the algorithm. If you're posting about different content and different niches, it's going to confuse the algorithm as well. Because if one day you're posting a motivational speech, which a ton of people interested in motivation engage with, Instagram are like, yep, this person's posting motivational content. People who enjoy motivation are enjoying it. Let's show his future content to more of those people. And then the next day, you're posting something about fitness. And all of a sudden, all these fitness people are engaging with it. And then Instagram gets really confused as to who you're creating content for. They don't know who to show it to. And so if instead all of your content fits one niche, so maybe you post about fitness and a bunch of people who enjoy fitness like it. And then the next time you post, all of those people go and like it again because they enjoy that content. And then it happens again. And Instagram starts showing your content to more people interested in fitness. And then all of those people engage with it. It just gets snowballed and pushed out to more and more people in your niche, and that's where you can grow really, really fast. Whereas if you split up your audience across different sub niches, you're going to get less engagement. It's going to be a bit all over the place. Instagram's algorithm will get confused. Your audience won't enjoy it as much because if someone follows you for fitness and only a third of your content is about fitness, they're just going to go and follow someone who only posts fitness. So making sure all of your content in one niche not only is better for your followers, but it's also better in the algorithm, and it will help you improve the engagement and reach of your content, which will spill over to improving your hashtag reach. Which leads us onto the fifth point when it comes to hashtagging your Instagram Reels. And this one is something that way too many people overlook or don't do. And it'll help you massively improve the amount of reach you get, both from hashtags in your home feed as well as the explore page. And that is posting just before your peak time when most of your audience is active. And what this is going to do is it means the entire time where your peak audience is active, your content will be there. Your content will be fresh and will be getting pushed out to them where they can engage with it, and you will get the maximum amount of engagement in those first few hours, which is what is going to propel it to get pushed onto the explore page, to get pushed onto the hashtag recommended pages, and to get pushed out to more people. You could have the same Instagram reel and post it at a peak time that could go out and get hundreds of thousands of views. However, if you posted that at like your worst time of day and not many people saw it, not many people engaged with it, it might get 10,000 views. It might get 5,000, it might even get less than that. Because one of the most important things when it comes to ranking your content on Explore and hashtags is the amount of early engagement you get on it, which is why people created what's called engagement groups, where you can join a big group of people who all go and like each other's content, which, by the way, I don't recommend doing this. It'll hurt your account in the long run, and I can make a video on that, but I just wanted to mention that that's why they're created, to give you early engagement to push you onto the explore page. Because early engagement is like the best way to signify that your content is great. If you average 100 likes in the first hour of your content and you post at peak time and you get 300 likes in that first hour because 1, you posted at peak time, 2, it was an awesome post, Instagram is going to see that your engagement on this video is up 3 times. And they're going to expect that that is because this content is great. This content is engaging, people enjoy it, it is interesting, and then they're going to push it out to more people. And assuming they react to it well, this is just going to continue and just get pushed out to more and more and more and more and more people, and it'll make your reels go crazy. However, on the flip side, like I said, if you post at a time where your audience is not active and your average is 100 likes in the first hour and you get 50, Instagram are going to be like, damn, he had a bit of a miss on this piece of content. It wasn't great. It didn't get the engagement he usually gets. We just limit its reach and instead promote content that does well. And so they will not give you as much reach, which means you don't grow as much. That there is 5 things you can do to absolutely crush it with hashtags on Instagram Reels specifically. One of the key differences between Reels and normal feed content is, I believe, with feed content, smaller accounts should use less hashtags, bigger accounts should use more. With Instagram Reels, I feel like it's just as many targeted ones as you can get. That's just based off my experience. On top of that, posting at peak times, massive when it comes to Reels, just because of the viral nature of them. The difference between a Reel that goes viral and a Reel that doesn't is like 5,000 views and 500,000 views, whereas the difference between a feed post that goes viral and doesn't go viral is like 1,000 likes compared to 600. Or something like that. So it is so much more important when it comes to Reels. But I hope that video was helpful. I will leave links to a bunch of free stuff in the comments. You can get a free trial with the hashtag tool I use. You can get free access to my course using Skillshare. And you can also get my free ebook. All of that stuff totally free. And I will also leave a link below if you want to book a call with my agency to see how we can help you crush it with Instagram. That's it from me. Hope this helps. See you all in the next one.